and welcome back to Well Played, presented by The Skim. I'm Caroline Hendershot.
And I'm Blake Morgan. I have a piece of good news and I have a piece of bad news that I want to share with you. Okay. Which one do you want to start with?
Obviously, bad news first. That's like a rule.
The bad news is that this morning I went to a yoga class and I thought it was going to be regular yoga class, but then it was hot yoga, and I've never taken hot yoga before.
Oh my God.
And I didn't know, but okay, tell me if you think I'm stupid. Ready?
No, never.
The class on my Crunch app, because I go to Crunch, it was called Hottie Yoga 369. And so I was like, you know, classes all the time.
369.
Damn you. What is that? What is that?
It's that song. Girl, shake it to me one more time. Get low. Get low. Get, you know.
That's the one. Yeah. We'll stop there.
I gotta stop.
Explicit.
Yeah.
But do you think I'm stupid for thinking that it wasn't going to be hot yoga? Instinctual.
Slightly.
It's just like all these workout
Is
classes.
there like a little info like you can
but
tap to read more?
It doesn't say hot yoga. It's going to be hot yoga. And also, I just feel like workout classes today are called stupid things all the time.
Yeah, I get that.
Like they're just like there's another class. It's called BLT.
Okay, yeah, that's
like,
not on you. You're probably not making sandwiches in there.
No,
I'd hope not.
And yet they choose such a silly name. Okay, my good news. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Is that on Sunday during my Sunday ritual, Gilmore Girls NFL back-to-back double feature?
Yes.
With my best friend, I was like, I wonder how many quarterbacks I could name.
Okay.
And I was able to name 16 quarterbacks.
That's
without
really
looking
good.
them up.
That's really good.
And I was able to say what team they played for.
That's impressive. Okay, so who were the ones that you did not get?
There's only like 4 that I was like genuinely I've never heard of you in my life. Okay, Spencer Rattler.
Okay, that's okay. He plays for the Saints, and they aren't doing anything good down there right now. So understood that you don't know him.
Okay, Kyler Murray.
Okay, he has been in the league for a minute, but again, I mean, the Cardinals aren't playing like terribly, but they're not playing great. So they're all the way over there on the West Coast,
right?
Though.
Not in my.
I'll give it to you.
Not in my time zone. And then Justin Herbert.
Okay.
You know him.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know him. Should I have known him?
I think so.
Who does he play for again? Raiders.
Who is he dating?
I have no idea.
Come on.
A celebrity?
Madison Beer.
Oh, okay. Still?
Yeah. Allegedly.
Okay, Madison Beer to me is like B-list these days. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's okay. I had to look up who she was a couple years ago. But
so that's my good news and bad news.
That's great. I'm really proud of you. You're making incredible strides.
Thank you.
2 years ago, Blake would have never.
Even like a year ago, if you asked me.
Yeah.
Gun to my head.
I also had a lovely Sunday because the Jets played football on Monday night, which we can get into at a later date because woof. But oh my God, the whole time, all Sunday, I was like, this is what Sundays are like for you absolute assholes. Like, this is so lovely. It didn't help that the weather was unbelievable.
Right.
Like,
this used to be your life, though, not that long ago. Like 4 years ago, right? 5 years ago?
Well,
6 years ago?
Yes and no, because when I worked at ESPN, I had to watch some of the games, but then I also had to go to bed at like 6 p.m. because I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning for Monday morning. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because Get Up starts at 8 and all the production starts at 4 a.m.
I didn't know it was like that for you.
God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
I had the same exact phrase in my fucking head.
I'm telling you,
and I share a brain. This is disturbing.
I know.
We're going to move on from this because if I think about it too long, it's going to be too weird.
That's totally fine. Love that.
So thanks for listening to Well Played. It's not over yet. It hasn't even started. But make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Wherever you listen, you know?
Wherever you're listening.
Follow me at CG Hendy on Instagram. Follow The Skim at The Skim, 2 M's. Follow Blake at BLAAA4KSE.
Girl.
And yeah, shall we get into playing La Field?
We're going to play the field, and it's kind of crazy.
It's messy.
Because, like, listen, y'all. Okay, yes, playing the field. Cue music. Ready? Thank you, Jorge, our editor. Because the WNBA has been heating up. Obviously, all playoffs. We're approaching the finals. But today, literally like 30 minutes before we started recording, Napheesa Collier comes out with this prepared statement before a Q&A where
let me just tell you,
goes scorched earth.
Mic drop.
She
was like, oh, remember these private conversations we had and you didn't listen to me and you said that you were, and since you didn't and now you've been an asshole to me and I'm injured, guess what? Air in the dirty laundry.
She brought all of the receipts.
Give me more. I freaking love it.
We should probably back it up and say why, like right now, this is happening.
Yes, how did we get here?
How we got here. Okay. Let me get my notes ready, my glasses. So let's see. It all started last Friday with the Lynx and Mercury game. And it resulted in Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve getting ejected from the game. That is because, well, she crashed out. But
she had a big-time crash out.
Right. Big-time crash out in like the last almost 30 seconds of the game. So Lynx forward, Napheesa Collier, her left leg made contact with Mercury guard Alyssa Thomas as Alyssa Thomas went for the steal. So Alyssa Thomas like knocks the ball out of her hands, and then as she's like continuing to follow through for the ball, her body like hits Fee's left leg, and then so that's like stops Fee from moving, and then she falls. She fucks up her ankle really bad.
Yeah, it looked nasty.
She gets the steal. She shoots the basket. Woohoo! Gets the basket, but then whistle's blown. Napheesa's still on the floor.
Yep.
And that's why Cheryl Reeve starts crashing out because like she didn't even care how the play kept going. It was just the fact that like Napheesa was on the floor.
That you didn't stop the play.
Exactly.
Because there's an injured player on the ground.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, that is like literally, I don't know, officiating 101.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And so she gets all up in the ref's face. Ref did not like
her
that.
staff is trying to hold her back. One of the stud buds goes in to hold her back. Dejanay Carrington's like holding up a towel to block out the TV cameras. Freaking love it.
Girl.
But Mercury win. Cheryl ends up getting suspended for game 4, which the Lynx also lost, and now they're eliminated from the finals.
Yes.
But then you sent me the press conference with the prepared statement that happened. Well, I should say that Cheryl Reeves also had a post-game presser, and she was saying, if this is what the league wants, okay, but I want to call for a change of leadership at the league level when it comes to officiating. The officiating crew that we had tonight for the leadership to deem those 3 people semifinal playoff worthy, it's fucking malpractice. Boo-yah. She did not fucking mince words.
And that's why she got, like, the culmination of all these things is basically why she got suspended.
And she had the largest fine in WNBA history.
$15,000.
This was more than our girl Diana Taurasi had for her like largest fine, which was I think only like $2,500.
Wow.
When she made contact with a ref. Yeah.
15,000. I feel like they're really trying to send a message here.
They 100% are. So then cue Fee's prepared statement where she said essentially this and more. She was saying like, I've had these conversations about like player safety and doing what's right. This is not about wins or losses. Like this is about so much more. I have to say the crash out, I think people sometimes like get annoyed by coaches going so like quote unquote theatrical and like crashing out like that. I cannot love it more when a coach crashes out in terms of like for their player. Like when you crash out over something like that, you know, is like a penalty or something that's
something
like very
you view as
obvious.
like unfair.
Yeah, or you're just like complaining to complain. Right. It's like, okay, like move on. But when you crash out for like the safety of your player, it's like, oh, let's freaking ride it, Dawn. Like I love that shit.
She was so standing on business.
It's amazing. And also it hits different when a female coach does it because I feel like it's mama bear and I love that.
Yeah. I do want to also say before we get into the comments that Napheesa made, it's just like them giving Cheryl a fine like this. And also subsequently Stephanie White, the Fever head coach, and Becky Hammond, the Aces coach, also getting fined $1,000 just for agreeing with her. It's just like scary. It feels very like almost authoritarian where it's literally like they're trying to shut them up by like sending a message like, you speak out about things you don't agree with, you get a fine.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this has been something that's been talked about, I feel like, all season long. And it's just reaching that fever pitch. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%. So let's read a couple of the quotes that our girl Fee dropped in her statement. She said, the real threat to our league isn't money. It isn't ratings or even missed calls or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates.
And back to what I was just talking about, she said, our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. She ended it by saying, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know what exactly the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. I think she was like, but unfortunately, I do.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for all you, I do.
And they're for sure going to fine her, but whatever.
I mean, people are even saying like maybe she'll get suspended.
Also, though, like when she was talking about her conversations that she's had with Cathy,
Right,
where she was
Commissioner
like, yes, Commissioner Cathy, where she was like, we have to protect like Paige and Caitlin Clark and all that stuff. Cathy literally said, Caitlin, she was talking about Caitlin. She said, Caitlin should be grateful that she's making $16 million off the court because of the platform that the WNBA provides her, so that she's able to make that. I'm going to bite my tongue because my mother taught me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But be fucking for real, Cathy?
No.
Be for real. Like, I'm sorry.
As if she just like came out of thin air and entered the WNBA. Like, do we remember her at Iowa? Do we forget all that?
I don't know. Also, not for nothing. Sorry, Mom. Also, not for nothing. But like, I just think like, I understand that you're trying to make the league sustainable. So you don't want to, that's like their quote unquote, their reason for not being able to pay the players what they're worth. But the first way you make a league unsustainable is by making players not want to play in it because of the way that it's so inconsistently refereed and officiated. And then also you're making the product on the court worse by not like keeping that consistent and not making like protecting the players so that they can play at their full health. Like, I'm sorry, you're shooting yourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
So I'm not here for it. We all know it's all about money. They want to keep all the money. It's everything in the world is about money. It's just like, just say it. Say it with your chest. But she won't.
All in all, crazy Tuesday afternoon.
Crazy.
Over here for the
I love the
WNBA.
tea, though.
I do love the tea. I hope that this can, I don't really know where we go from here, especially since the CBA deadline, like the renegotiation deadline is, I think, at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's going to be
October.
explosive.
We'll see what's going to happen. This is definitely a situation we're going to keep following.
At the time of this recording, though, it's Tuesday afternoon right now. So tonight we'll watch the Fever take on the Aces in a winner-take-all Game 5. And so the finals will be set, and the first game takes place this Friday at 8 p.m. We'll see if there's any further comments, remarks, discussions, statements that are...
I know. Yeah, we should also say that Cathy, at the time that we were recording, Cathy has not
said anything
in response to Napheesa's comments. So we will be watching that.
We'll see. We shall see.
Moving on from the most beautiful, gorgeous women in the world, which is the WNBA, onto just the pretty boys of the NFL.
Of course.
Who were made kind of ugly, some of them this week, with some injuries.
There were some gross injuries this week.
I know. And I do not watch injuries. I really try to avoid them. Even like when I was watching back the tape with Fee and AT, like when she rolled her ankle, I like blocked out the part of the screen.
Does that make you squeamish?
I just have ankle trauma specifically, so I can't watch that. Don't smile or laugh at me.
Sorry,
I know you're like trying to laugh. You want to laugh at me, but you're holding back. I know you are. I'm pretty squeamish when it comes to this. I think it all started in like 2013 when that one NBA player, can't remember his name, his like leg like went the bone.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
What is it?
I don't know the player, but I
remember.
know.
I was like in ninth grade and I was like,
I can literally see it in my head right now.
His leg snapped through.
Yeah, that wasn't great. See, I'm sick, and I like to watch.
I can watch that
because I like to try to see like, oh, at what point did it happen, and like, can I see anything? Because sometimes when I've watched the replay of Aaron Rodgers snapping his Achilles so many times that you can actually like see it snap. Yeah, it's crazy. So now I like look at players when they go down with like a non-contact, and I'm like looking at their Achilles, the doctor that I am, and I'm like, is it their Achilles? But anyways,
it's also kind of like your job. You probably have to watch the injuries.
I mean, yeah,
right?
but like I can't speculate and be like, well, in my opinion, in my professional opinion. But I will say there were some pretty boys. Let's start with the Giants specifically, because after week 3, Brian Daboll, their head coach, decided Russell Wilson, husband of Sierra,
important.
You're just not doing it, honey. We're going to put you back on the bench, and we're going to start our rookie, Mr. Jaxson Dart. And he led them to their first win of the season. Was Scott Kepler screaming at the TV and ready to leave me and marry Jaxson Dart by the end of the game? Yes, he was. He was a big fan.
Does Scott happen to like Coldplay?
You know, I would say he enjoys them.
Okay, because Jaxson Dart said in a video that Sportsish posted that he would spend a lot of money to go see Coldplay. So I think the two of them.
Oh, he could take them on a date.
And then,
I thought you were talking about the Coldplay couple with the affair.
You guys will be the new Coldplay couple, except you will be getting cheated on. I'm sorry, honey.
Okay, it's okay. You know what? All in the name of the Giants winning. You know. But yeah, so Jaxson, I like to call him Jaxson Darty because someone said the Giants had a Darty, and I was like, oh,
Did you call it Dage or Darty in college?
Darty? Yeah,
Okay.
like a normal person. So he became the first quarterback to win their first career start against a team that was 3-0 or better in the last 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
They must have been like so up after that.
Oh yeah,
So
the
awake.
vibes were immaculate.
That kid who did, I'm calling him a kid because to me, the
Cam
Scattaboo.
Scattaboo. Yeah, they're running back.
He did a backflip.
He tends to do that. Someone's going to yell at him soon.
Yeah,
they're
he
going to
seems like
say,
a
honey, you're going to hurt yourself.
But he has good energy. Like,
I
think he
don't
means
know
well.
if he'll listen,
Right.
but
He
he's
might
very
not
much
last either.
He's a vibe.
If he keeps doing these backflips.
Okay, so yes, this is what we're getting to.
Right.
So that was the good news out of the game. Bad news.
Tell me.
Their star wide receiver, Malik Nabers, not good. He tore his ACL. And that was during the first half of the game. And we learned on Monday that he will be out for the rest of the season.
That sucks, first of all. And then also, why is everyone talking about this goddamn turf at MetLife Stadium specifically and just in general? I didn't realize turf was so controversial.
This has been a very big, sticking point in the NFL for, years now. The NFLPA is, that's their one thing that they keep coming back to is, we're doing so much for protecting players' health and safety, and the biggest thing that you could do is put grass fields in everywhere. Every team is able to do it. You just don't want to pay the money that it's associated with. So, but it's not good. Turf, I think the biggest thing to note is that it doesn't have natural give like grass does. So when you plant to change directions as an athlete, whether you're a soccer player or a football player or whatever, your bones and your joints take the impact instead of the grass taking the impact. So it's not like, oh, the grass moves because there's dirt underneath it. The turf stays in place. So it's like a hard surface. So you're not moving anywhere. So that's really bad. And you can talking to players, no matter what turf field they play on, they always say, after I play on turf, the next day I notice my body is more sore, without a doubt. So that is very much so a known fact that turf is not easy on the body by any means. I did see an article that was saying that players have a 28% higher rate of non-contact lower extremity injuries when playing on artificial turf. Of those non-contact injuries, players have had a 32% higher rate of non-contact knee injuries on turf and a staggering 69% higher rate of non-contact foot and ankle injuries on turf compared to grass.
Turf toe,
Achilles,
God
you
damn.
name it. Yeah, not good.
This feels like an easy fix.
It does. It almost feels too easy.
Come on,
it
guys.
makes too much sense.
These owners need to touch some grass.
You're telling me. And the craziest thing is, you're going to fucking lose your mind at this. They are going to rip up all of the turf at MetLife Stadium next summer when the World Cup comes to play.
On real grass?
Because they have to put down real grass because that is a mandate for the World Cup. And then are they going to rip it up and put turf back down? Probably.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
How is this possible?
It's crazy because it's all a money thing. Turf is easier they host concerts, they host all this stuff. But it's crazy.
Just put them on the grass.
You would think
Make it like Woodstock. You know what I mean?
You would think it would be that easy. But Odell Beckham Jr. did tweet, "Dear NFL, I mean this with the utmost love and respect." I don't really think he means that. We, the NFL, take all the precautions in the world with everything else when it comes to the players' health and safety. Please, please, please get rid of the angry expletive emoji. Turf. Thank you in advance. Love. But yeah, there's been a multitude of injuries on
It's wild
turf.
because I feel like last year I'd never even thought of turf was just a background character. You know what I mean? Now it's a main character. It's a main op of these players.
It's been a main op for a minute, but yeah, it's not good.
So much talk. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last night,
yes,
you were working. And this was the Dolphins-Jets game. So the Dolphins won 27-21. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill had to be carted off in the third quarter after an apparent leg injury. It came out today. He dislocated his knee, owie, and tore multiple ligaments in his leg, including his ACL. You were watching live. Did you know immediately when you were watching this play, you're like, oh, his leg is fucked?
Yes. Because
it went a weird way,
they
right?
showed him on the sideline, when he was kind of curled up on the ground. And at first I thought it was his ankle. I was like, oh, this man broke his ankle because his foot was straight up not the right direction. But then you learn, it was just his whole entire lower leg was not the right direction.
Yeah.
So instead of being like this, one of his feet was like this, but his knee was going this way. Yeah. It was ugly.
Ew.
And what did I do? I watched the replay. Because
you're sick.
Sick in the head. I know I am. At least I admit it, But yeah, so he's going to be out for the remainder of the season, which is a bummer because he was a big part of their offense. Yeah. So that was the other injury that was not good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Packers Cowboys. So this is a game that featured Micah Parsons facing his old team. Because remember, everyone, Jerry Jones, one of his best players, walked because he didn't want to cough up a couple million more, right?
Yeah.
It ended up in a tie, which I didn't know was possible personally.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's dumb of me to say.
No.
I don't care. But you have a really strong opinion about this.
Ties should not be a thing in professional sports.
Why?
Put it on my frickin' tombstone. Because if you're playing a game, you're playing to win. The whole point of a game, of a competition, is to find a winner and a loser. I'm sorry. If you want to tie, go back to your participation trophies in third grade, which I don't think I was even allowed to keep in my household. But and also we only got the winner trophies. But it's just I understand it. They added overtime in the 70s in general to fix this whole problem.
Yeah.
So if you're going to add overtime to a regular season game, you're clearly not wanting it to end in a tie. That's trying to be the deciding factor. I understand not playing overtime after overtime after overtime if they keep being nothing. But there's got to be some sort of and I get it, you don't want to change the integrity of the game by being let's just do field goal kicks. And I'm I don't know, do some penalty kicks like soccer. Yeah. I don't know. After 2 overtime periods in the regular season, you're not going to tell me that there needs to be a very clear winner and a loser. And you know what? Cry me a river if your team tie, because that's ridiculous and you clearly aren't competitive.
Okay. I like this answer.
Thank you.
This is the moment when you can take a step off your soapbox.
And stop yelling at you, taking my anger out.
Step off. But also, I'm curious about the dynamics of when, you're a football player and you see your old team.
Yeah.
But what are the dynamics like? Is there etiquette around it? Are they allowed to hug?
A lot of former teammates will go up to each other at midfield before the game and hug each other and maybe have a little convo. Sometimes coaches will come out and chat a little bit. Sometimes they'll kiss, if they're feeling spicy. No, but I don't think typically owners are down on the field pregame when those moments happen. Usually they're fairly early because then, everyone parts their separate ways and then locks in and pretends they're arch enemies, at least for the time being. And then, but I think what I saw was that Micah didn't come out until later.
Yeah.
Did a little quick warm up and then went back in. So he was just not here for any of the lovey-dovey.
It seems like he wasn't very emotional about it.
No, he was saying that all his emotions left him when he got traded.
Yeah.
Which I don't buy it.
I don't either, but save face, whatever you have to do.
Sure.
Tough what I know he's emotional about though?
Yeah.
Is the fact that he bought a field level suite.
Bro.
At AT&T Stadium and he can't get out of it. They're not refunding him.
I know.
How is that allowed?
For the entire season, he has that suite, which I'm sure he'll I think players do this all the time because a bunch of them do get traded mid-season or after these things happen. Where this team's coming to town. This family is looking for a suite. Let's give it to them. That kind of thing. So it's kind of they can resell it, whatever. But oh my God, how annoying.
So annoying.
So annoying.
I also looked up how much it costs. Do you want to guess?
Oh, Jesus.
Ballpark estimates I looked up.
Is this without food and is it just for the suite?
I don't know. It's just I went on this website. I don't even remember what it's called.
$10K.
Oh, it's called Suite Experience Group. No.
Too low.
On the field?
Too low. Okay, got it. $30K.
Basically, it's a minimum of $22K,
okay.
But they're usually around $30.
Okay.
So how many games are there in a regular season?
There's 18 weeks, 17 games.
Crunch numbers.
I'm not going to do that. I literally haven't done math since high school. Absolutely not.
All right, moving on.
Okay. But yeah, so it was just a crazy game. Can't believe it. It was 40-40, which means both defenses pull your head out of your butts, honestly, because you both didn't show up. And not for nothing. The Packers had all this hype around them preseason. And they just let the Cowboys drop 40 on them, and they didn't even have their best player, CeeDee Lamb, playing. So, like, what are we doing? Time to take a look in the mirror after you lost to the Browns, and then this game, like, what's going on? But, yeah, I just think that there was a lot going on in that game. It was insane that it went 40-40. And there was, like, a play at the end, too, where Jordan Love didn't spike the ball to stop the clock, and instead he tried to get another play off, and I was like, what are you doing? Even I know that's not good. So there was just a lot to unpack. But anyways, let's move on.
40-40 feels really high.
It's
too high.
Too high.
Too long.
Agreed.
Let's wrap it up, boys.
Let's not.
Okay, finally, the Ravens played the Chiefs, who you told me are slowly but surely starting to look like themselves.
They are. They're coming back to life.
Okay.
Xavier Worthy returned after he got his shoulder separated by his own teammate Travis Kelce. But he came back and he's ready to rumble.
Okay, good.
He had a very good showing. They will eventually get Rashee Rice back. So they're like starting to find their mojo again. And you know what? I will say, like, I feel like the past few years they've started a little bit slower each season. So I never count them out because they have witches on their side. They have the Etsy,
they have in-house witches.
They
don't need to go to
Etsy witches. They've hired them full time on their staff. But for Ravens Chiefs, Lamar Jackson exited the game in the middle of the third quarter with a hamstring injury. They are 1-3 for the first time since 2015.
They being the Ravens, right?
Yes, and they were entering the 2025 season as Super Bowl favorites.
So what happened? Why are they so not sexy anymore?
Well, there's a lot of things. But all in all, it's more so that they have no juice. The Ravens were missing 4 starters on defense. Then 2 more got injured during the game. They lost their left tackle, who's like on the offensive line who protects the quarterback. They lost their left tackle during the game. And then Lamar is not Lamaring. He had a fumble, he had an interception, and he was sacked 3 times.
Oh, boy. And then he got injured.
I
wonder if they played on turf.
Now,
every time I hear about an injury, I'm like, turf.
Yeah.
It's the turf's fault.
No, I'm literally, though. So, yeah, it's just kind of, it's not great. But I don't know if they'll bounce back. I hope they do. I think maybe if they get some of those starters on defense back, maybe they'll look more like themselves. But I think they're like trying too hard, and then it's almost biting them in the ass.
Yeah, just chill out, guys.
Just like
relax.
Take a chill pill. Can you just like chill for a sec?
And then really quick, I just have to ask you about smelling salts.
Oh yeah, of course.
Conversation starter. I know.
Yeah.
So I saw Aaron Rodgers. He was like hitting the smelling salts on the field during his game.
Yeah.
I thought that smelling salts were banned.
Yes, but it's BYOSS. Bring your own smelling salts.
So you could just.
I think it's like they can't be like provided by the NFL, but like, you know,
BYOSS.
That doesn't mean that they're not gonna bring them.
I see.
I have never smelled the salts of the smelling. Absolutely not.
It's not that bad.
No,
it's really not.
I don't believe you for a damn second.
It's kind of like do you like the smell of Purell?
Yeah.
Do you like the smell of gasoline?
To an extent, yeah.
I feel like if you like the smell of Purell specifically, like that burning sensation, you're not gonna hate it. You're not gonna hate it.
Okay, I don't know if I like would want that like all up in though. But essentially, they use them to like really wake themselves up. Kind of like, I'm like, but do you really need that much more? Aren't you like
you're good, right?
Out of your mind right now?
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand it. But you know what? Teach their own.
Wait, why do players use them in the first place? Really quick, you said
just to like really like kind of get that boost of energy.
Interesting.
Which I'm like, I don't think you need that. I think your adrenaline is like through the roof right now.
I agree. Okay.
But like maybe they can't tell that because their adrenaline's so high. Who knows?
Right.
Anyways, more importantly, we got halftime Super Bowl news.
We got an announcement.
Yeah.
So after weeks of rumors of Taylor Swift, Adele, blah, 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 no, it's going to be Bad Bunny.
Yep. They said, skirt.
Benito.
Hard left.
Benito. What'd you think when you found out?
Okay. I can't say that I'm an avid Bad Bunny listener. However, I think that the vibes that his music give, I think it's just going to be very not safe for the workplace. NSFW. I think it's going to be very sexual. I'm just putting it out there. That's totally fine. I'm just putting it out there.
Because we're all watching the Super Bowl in our workplace.
Of course, right. Duh. Well, some of us. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm very excited. While I can't understand all of his lyrics because I'm not a bilingual baddie, I love the like the actual, what do you call it? Like not the rhythm, but the tune, the tempo like maybe. Like the actual music, not the lyrical side, but like the actual music.
Production you're a fan of.
Yeah. So I like it. I think he's also very theatrical. I think he's gonna crush that
to me.
performing. Well, also if we get like a little bit of like the Happy Gilmore Bad Bunny that we had, I loved that.
You liked
so
that?
give me more of that. Yeah.
I also feel like it makes sense. I feel like people were kind of tweaking out over it. Some people, not most, I would say. Some people were tweaking out over it. But I was like, it makes sense. I feel like the NFL is trying to reach an international audience.
Totally.
Hello. Benito's perfect for that.
Benito.
We're on a first name basis.
Yeah.
Want to talk Ryder Cup real quick?
Yeah, we do need to.
That was kind of wild. So to be completely honest, before Amanda joined us last week, I was like, I have never heard of the Ryder Cup. I don't know what that is. I don't know her.
Yeah.
And then she came on and I was genuinely, if you watch the video back, you know golf. I don't. So,
like, yes, but not all of the details, kind of. And so when she was explaining it the way that she was, honestly, someone pay her the big bucks. Because
seriously, we were on the edge of our seats.
She explained it like the best daytime drama that TV couldn't buy. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. And so I was invested in how this thing went along, you know?
Yeah.
It didn't go along very well.
USA did shat the bed.
They did.
From the first day, I have to say. Yeah. Even our sweet boy Scotty didn't show up.
Really? Oh, I thought you meant your Scotty.
No, sorry. That is confusing. Sweet boy Scotty Scheffler. He didn't play his best golf, but I think the thing, and I will say Europe ended up winning 15-13.
Yeah.
Which sounds a lot closer than it looked all week. But the thing that I will say is that we knew that there was going to be heckling because of like, you know, the fans and whatnot. And the players encouraged it, and like, you know, they were all for it.
It's an expectation going into this.
There was. This is why we can't have nice things though, because they crossed the line.
It wasn't heckling.
No, it went much further.
I think we should like start with the spectrum, right? Okay,
Go
so let's start with some innocent heckling. So there was that joke. Can you tell it because I feel like you came up?
Oh yeah, it was great. This is right up my alley.
This is a heckle. Ready? Go.
Rory's trying to button his collar, right? And someone in the crowd goes, Rory, you don't need a button to choke, because he's been known for choking in some big moments. And Rory literally looks and goes, oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Like, everyone laughed.
That is a heckle.
His European teammates laughed. Like, it was a good one. Very well done. Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, that was a good one. Okay.
Then we went too far.
Well, I would say middle tier is Shane Lowry. He's an Irish golfer. He was called a Teletubby. Oh. Like, I think that's kind of funny. You know, we shouldn't always make fun of how people look. That's why it's middle tier.
Yeah.
He looks like a Teletubby.
Yeah.
The Spanish golfer, John Ram, I think that's how you say his name.
Ram.
He got fat shamed. Somebody said, where's the Ozempic?
Rude. A little funny. But also, like, be a little bit more creative, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's go to the top, which is like not heckling. It's actually just like abusive to players. Somebody called Rory McIlroy the F slur.
Yep. And they threw beer at his wife, Erica. And she was getting the brunt of it all weekend, which is like the most messed up thing.
It's so...
And like the Europeans in the press conference afterwards were saying, you know, the fact that all of this happened, we didn't even find out until like after we wrapped up. Because she like kept it all to herself. She didn't make a big deal out of it. She didn't want to be a distraction or anything like that to us, which like classic woman having to be like quiet about.
Hold it in.
Yep.
Because if she freaked out about it, then people would be like,
she
freaked out about
Yep, of course.
being harassed.
It's always somehow her fault. But I'm like, okay, something else that I think was like crossed the line. So, but it had a good intention in the joking, but it just went too far. I need to talk to the person at the Ryder Cup who thought putting rubber duckies in a drink was a good idea, because Jesus Christ, you are not a smart human for this. They took the rubber duckies and were like squeaking them and making them make the rubber ducky squeak noise when Rory was in his backswing. And that's like golf etiquette of like, you don't do that. You don't like yell things when people are in their backswing. You have to be quiet. It's kind of like in tennis where you don't like yell shit when they're about to serve. You know, it's like those are just kind of things that you know not to do.
Yeah.
Squeak all you want when it's over, but like be for real.
Right.
And so that's where I'm like, okay, this was the beginning of the crossing the line. And then you're calling Rory the F slur. It's
that
like,
was just crazy to me.
What are you doing?
Really inappropriate.
Way
crowd.
too far.
And unfortunately, I think it was mostly Team USA.
Yeah.
As for the rubber ducky drink,
Not like the players. It was the crowd. Yeah.
The fans. As for the rubber ducky drink, they really were trying to have like their honeydew moment.
Yeah. And
we need to bring it back to the workshop.
Yep.
Bring one right back.
You got to really work out some of those details.
We'll come out stronger in 2 years from now.
Maybe don't include a noise-making toy.
In a highly...
You give the mouse a cookie, he's going to want more. And why did you give the toddler men squeaky rubber ducks? You set yourself up for
That's
that
a good question, Caroline.
Thank you.
Okay.
Asking the hard hitters. So, in case you missed it really quickly, the Women's Rugby World Cup final took place over the weekend in a match between England and Canada. England's Red Roses took home the win on home soil in front of a record-breaking 81,885 fans, the most ever in women's rugby.
That was wild. I also saw so many cute moments. I think I sent this video to you of this like father and his, 6-year-old daughter in the crowd just like watching the game unfold. And it was so sweet. There was so much positive energy around this women's sports in the arena. I was just so here for it. If you watch that video, try not to cry.
Yeah.
That's my challenge to you. Try not to cry challenge.
I struggled to watch rugby because I fear that like it looks so painful, like the way that they're like tackling without any pads on. But actually, I have to often remind myself they're tackling in a safer way than football players tackle because they don't have pads or a helmet.
Right.
So they're taught to tackle differently. But it doesn't stop me from like cringing every time I see the bodies about to collide. But good for them. A little bit of college football roundup. We're going to go through this a little speedy. Just want to point out some craziness that happened in the college football world. So UVA managed to beat Florida State in double overtime this past weekend, 46-38. Was even crazier was on a Hail Mary last-ditch effort by Florida State. UVA intercepts the ball, but then the entire campus is what it feels like, storms the UVA field. And like the thing is, I think it's because of the way that their field is set up, but why were all of the students already on the sidelines?
No.
Like, oh my God, I legitimately think that like you see the two guys go down in the end zone, the two players, and then they disappear. And I'm like, oh my God.
Crowd crushed.
19 people had to be treated for injuries. This is literally why you don't storm the field.
No.
That's why they do it for a reason.
That field was looking real shallow, like you said.
Yes.
They're way too close to the field.
I took an official visit to UVA, and that I'm pretty sure it's like you're like ground level. You're not elevated at all. Yeah. I'm pretty
trust
positive.
These kids like that? That's crazy talk.
I don't think they trust them. Well, they clearly shouldn't. But okay, then going back to last week, we did a little preview of LSU Ole Miss because of the head coach at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. His daughter may or may not have hard launched a relationship with a linebacker on LSU.
Oh, she did.
And literally game week. And
she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, Ole Miss ended up winning. Don't worry. Honestly, I'm really into Lane Kiffin because everyone says he tweets too much and he's like an unserious coach, but I'm so for it because he's petty and I love a petty person. But he was like, hammer the over, like we're gonna just like essentially they're gonna stomp the yard with them. And they won. Ole Miss won. But it was cute because, he had some nods to Whit Weeks like throughout his post-game interview. There was a video of Whit Weeks that went viral on social because he's throwing up during the game, and Lane Kiffin retweeted it and was like, someone was like, oh, what did Lane Kiffin say to Whit Weeks to make him puke during the game? And Lane Kiffin was like, it was the tempo, essentially. Like he was playing fast. Yeah, keep up or get out. But yeah, it was 24-19, and I enjoyed that.
I like that too. Mm-hmm. Thanks for trying the bow on that one.
I will say also, his daughter Landry, who's dating Whit Weeks, had her Ole Miss navy blue dress on, but then there was a very small little 40 in LSU purple, and I believe it's like gold yellow. So
she was really rooting for both teams.
She was repping both. She was repping both. Yeah. And then finally, Alabama, Georgia. This one, not finally. Sorry, last two. Alabama, Georgia, 24-21. Georgia choked. They keep choking. It's embarrassing. Number 17, Bama beat number 5, UGA. And this is Alabama's third straight win over Georgia, and Kirby Smart, not so smart. There are a few chances that he could have done better. Like he could have went for a field goal, which would have tied the game. In the early fourth quarter, nope. He said, I'm going to try be greedy for the touchdown.
I'm going to send it.
And then they didn't get it.
They did not send it.
So that was not good. So yeah, not good for Georgia. And then finally, number 6, Oregon walked into number 3, Penn State. Double overtime. Beat them. At home. Whiteout. It was like crazy.
That's kind of embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
When you like go all out in your costume or something and then...
And this is... James Franklin, the head coach of Penn State, he's 2-21 in games against top 6 AP ranked opponents.
What does that mean?
So like when he's playing teams that are ranked in the college football polls that are places 1 through 6, he's only won 2 games and he's lost 21. When are we gonna admit that he's the problem? Couldn't be me.
Also, I don't care
Michigan
about
now.
Penn State because they're my enemy.
Yeah, they're both of our enemy. Together, united we stand.
Thank you.
Let's go down with some send-its, shall we?
Let's please send it. Let's talk about this SMU volleyball player named Natalia Newsom. So she's 5'11", so if Caroline stood up, she would probably be around the same height as Caroline.
She's living my dream.
You're 5'11", right?
How does it feel to live my dream?
Oh, wait, she's literally living your dream.
She's literally living my
you
dream.
wanted to play volleyball in college.
Yes, I just didn't have the hops that she does.
Well, yeah, that's what we're precisely talking about her. You know, that's why we're talking about her.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So she's 5'11", and she recently showed off her max vertical jump. So that it's like when you like get the running start and then you jump up.
Yeah.
Her vertical jump measures at 40 inches, which is, in case you missed it, it's very high. So to put that into perspective, she would have placed top 4 in the 2025 NBA draft combine.
NBA. Not WNBA. NBA.
And so this just got me thinking, I think that WNBA players should be like doing some volleyball conditioning or something in the offseason.
Yeah.
With those hops. I
don't understand how, I know some of it is like just your God-given athleticism, but God damn it. Why couldn't I have just a little bit of that vertical? I could have been something.
You were a rower instead, babe. That's so much
it
cooler.
was way harder. I didn't like it. Okay, anyways. My send it is of Angel City FC's Claire, is it Emsley?
I think it's Emsley.
Okay, Claire Emsley. So earlier in the season, her teammates took the ultrasound video that we talked about as a send it, where like they used the club ultrasound and like literally saw the bebe.
It was so cute.
Which was so cute. But now her teammate, Allie Riley, took a video of Claire on the pitch, clearly, very visibly, 26 weeks pregnant, casually going through soccer drills. And it's put to the song I Am Woman.
Oh my God. The one that's like, I am woman.
It's A+. And I'm just like, okay, I can't even go for a walk half the time. Like, how do these women do it? I don't get it. I don't get it. And like
you feel, I wonder, I should ask a mother who's an athlete. I should ask her sister. Do you feel heavier when you're like running around?
Well, they say that you can like continue the activity that you've been doing because like your body's used to it, but there's got to be some imbalances.
There's got to be a limit.
Come on. Also, you're exhausted when you're pregnant, from what I've been told. Word
on the street is.
Yeah, word on the street. Notoriously not pregnant. But yeah, it's insane. Kudos and more to her.
Yeah. Also, Allie Riley just announced her retirement.
Oh.
The NWSL.
I don't like retirements.
I know. It's okay. Maybe she'll give us like more Claire content.
Yeah.
Now that she's
I would appreciate that.
Okay, so next up, you know we love our touchdown Sallies. This is not about our patron Saint of Sallies. Can't find them. However, it is about the Detroit Lions that did a team-wide Sally in the end zone with a game of Duck, Duck, Goose.
Of course.
So, and it was actually really cute because one of the players like didn't initially make the circle. So he was like running and he's like, wait, let me. And he like literally is like on his knee, not even like fully sat because he like wanted to make it so bad for this game. And then they did the Duck, Duck, Goose. Unfortunately, the game did not conclude. I wish they did. But it just is reminding me that like we all just want to be in touch with our inner child.
You want to bring back Duck, Duck, Goose?
Sure.
Okay.
Don't give me attitude just because you know you're gonna lose.
I'm not giving you attitude. No, it's because these are the things that like I got way too competitive over, and then like didn't make friends on the playground. I made enemies. Like I used to be an absolute asshole. I would take the tether ball, and I would just swing it really high because I knew I was taller than everyone.
My God!
And so I would just see the little kids like jumping for it, and I would literally laugh. I was an asshole.
God punished you.
He did.
Didn't give you that max vert jump of 40 inches because of that.
That was my punishment.
How does that make you feel?
Honestly, I deserved it. I probably deserved more than that. Okay, finally we're gonna end. It's a little bit of a sad one, but it's a tribute. It's a tribute. Louis Hamilton, the F1 driver, announced his English bulldog Roscoe passed on September 20th. He was 13.
That's a long life for an English bulldog.
He posted an Instagram where he said, "I feel so grateful and honored to have shared my life." Oh my God, I could cry. With such a beautiful soul, an angel and true friend. Bringing Roscoe into my life was the best decision I've ever made and will forever cherish the memories we created together. He also shared a video which punched me in the stomach.
She said Roscoe forever.
Okay.
It's a montage.
And then you know the quotes. This could actually send me over the edge. But you know the quotes that are like, you might not have a dog. Like this dog might not be your whole life, but for the dog,
you are their whole life.
You are their whole life. And I'm like, oh my God. No. Like when my king, Bobo, who's our family dog, yellow lab, he's 12 years old. When the day comes where he decides it's time to
cross the rainbow bridge,
that will literally ruin me.
Okay. I'm getting tears in my eyes now.
Yeah, I know. We need to pivot. We need to pivot. It's not good.
I know. I've never dealt with the
send it. What's your one for the week?
I'm going to say, I'm going to go with the sad one for once. I'm going to go with Roscoe because I just truly didn't realize how beloved his dog was.
Yeah.
He went everywhere with him. There's even a Fortnite character that you could play that is his dog, Roscoe.
That's really cute.
I know. I really had no idea because I'm not tapped into F1. But
I'm not as tapped into F1 either, no.
Now
I did watch the F1 movie.
Oh.
But
didn't do the trick.
No. I obviously am going to go with Natalia Newsom because
she's living her dream.
That should be me holding you.
Hey, Alexa, play That Should Be Me by Justin Bieber.
Okay. Well, that's it for this episode of Well Played.
We did well on timing.
I know. Who knew?
Ooh la la.
Who knew these bitches could be concise? Not me, that's for sure. We'll be back in the studio next Tuesday. Anything else?
No, I just wanted to tell you I love you so much.
Oh my God, I love you, mean it.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to our listener. I'm kidding. I do love you so much.
That was so freaking rude.
Caroline brought me icebox cake today.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put it on her story. So
I've never tried icebox cake. I thought it was like an ice cream cake.
I just really quickly, I was Bob the motherfucking Builder this weekend when I had time to myself because not only did I bake cookies, I baked an icebox cake. I built an entire dresser by myself. That's a different story because I have an addictive personality and I can't finish it once I start it. Or I can't not finish it once I start it. So I was up until 1:30 in the morning.
My God,
I don't want to talk about it. And then it was like sanding an end table.
What?
I don't know. No, because I'm psychotic. I just don't know what I'm doing, but I pretend like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's fine. But anyways, I don't know. Just check on your friends because maybe they have too much time on their hands. I don't know, someone else we know, and they start sanding things
and making icebox cakes.
And
then you brought me some. So
yeah. Okay. Anyways, sorry. We'll be back in studio next Tuesday. But other than that, thanks for listening to Well Played,
the only podcast in a league of its own.
Okay, love you. Mean it. Bye.
Bye bye.